will have everyone. That's our session. And thank you so much for being here today. We are here to talk about the women, the indigenous women, and the struggles, and how indigenous women and the SWANA region names with their lands, and how all these things with the climate movement, the climate action, the climate justice holds. We first would like to talk about who we are as climate science, because this is part of the aim of what we do and part of our mission and vision. So Dina would like to tell us shortly about climate science, what we are doing, what are our vision and mission.
Hi everyone, my name is Dina Insa, I'm Indigenous, and I'm a climate change activist and I work with environmental justice and empowerment. I'm here to represent SWANA climate science. So first of all, SWANA climate science or climate science, the Arabic word feminist coordinating and effective to get to define the voices of young living in the SWANA region, the Southeast Asia and North Africa. We are leading the fight against the climate crisis, the climate justice. Our mission is to get in the utilization of climate justice, offering indigenous knowledge and ensuring that women from the East area are empowered to rise equilibrium change. That we are calling to end the ecocide, genocide that happened in the SWANA region. So as we are part of SWANA region and women from SWANA region, we are carrying forward, carrying on the isolation that we have since happening right now. We are calling for inclusion of isolation. We are calling for all those life in this world. Our movement is built on the practices of intersectionality, utilization and empowering, recognizing the unique challenges faced by young women in the fight against the climate crisis. Empowering young women in the SWANA region for economic empowerment, we know that in relation with that, the economic part in the most parts like the recorded in our regions as SWANA region. And we are working also in technology and innovation in the last thing in sexual and reproductive health and wellness, while promoting for sustainable practices to address the climate crisis.
Okay, so now as part of our work at climate science, we hope or we work to amplify the voices of young women and girls, indigenous young women and the indigenous practice as part of today's subject. So we're now really talking about how indigenous practices of women in the SWANA region was rooted in sustainability and sustainable practices, and how it's much needed nowadays to bring these SWANA knowledge and these traditional or indigenous practices to the front line nowadays. For example, we will be talking about different countries and regions and how women in these different countries, before now, work in natural resources, that use the natural resources they have, and how it's important nowadays to highlight these traditional or indigenous practices in order to bring these to the front line nowadays. For example, we will talk about the dyeing. The dyes nowadays are to be almost toxic and it's made of toxic materials, right? So before now, people in Algeria, Morocco, and even Tunisia, I think, they were always working in natural dyes. They make the dyes from natural resources. For example, they use certain kind of flowers, and they the lavender or the purple color is originated from natural resources. And before now, people or women from our country used to work with these dyes by bringing it from nature and working with it from nature. But nowadays, no, everyone is working and toxic dyes and the toxic the materials are toxic. So now it's really important to bring this old knowledge to the front line. Also, before now, indigenous women in our region, and the SWANA region, and we call it SWANA because the colonials called MENA region, but we are not like following the colonial approach, so we call it the SWANA region. So in the SWANA region, women specifically were working on making the kind of wool baskets. Nowadays they are using plastics. So this is why we are talking about this right now and right here, because we want to shed the light on these practices and bring these practices to the prototypes. For example, plastic nowadays reuse could be, but it's not sustainable. Even if we reuse it, the effects of a plastic will sustain forever. For this reason, it's really important nowadays to use the natural resources. For example, the baskets. For example, the wool stuff. This is exactly what people before now or women before now have been doing. And I want also to shed the light with something that in Palestine specifically, people were always working, or women, because they are into the front line of working in the field, in the ground farming. They used to work and preserving the seeds of the indigenous plants, such as olive trees and more than this, because I don't know if you all know, the occupation in Palestine, which is practices, which, for example, they bring native species like seeds and put it on the Palestinian soil in order to destroy the identity of the olive trees, which represent the identity of Palestinians. So I'm now I've been open the space for everyone here to share an indigenous practice of the women from their region. Wanted to share and to have this discussion around this related. Anyone would like to start? Colin?
We could I am the salon cheese, and I work here as suppliers of textiles. There's the youngest that actually here at the moment that actually here. So I really relate to what both are saying, and it's really, I hope you can hear very much. So basically working closely with the women to create fashion items, but also in textile industry. In manufacture, we collect all that waste and we turn it into new fibers through recycling and methodologies, just for natural fibers, not synthetic. And we use this natural dyes also. Basically, Tunisia is the first economic industry in Tunisia, textiles. And more than 70% of the textile industry in it are women based, they work there. So what we all try to do is to transit this production, manufacturing, and everything into integrating these ambitious practices into the process. So basically, what I do in the startup is merging these two, between what you already mentioned and the new with technologies and everything to facilitate, automate, but also to track what we are doing. So basically, I really get inspired from what you are sharing, all different also regions and countries, and I worked with Jordan and Jordanian women also that. So I know the connection that can be made between the MENA and North and Africa. Yeah, fine, I'll just that. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lee and I'm from Sweden, but I want to share an experience from a colleague and dear friend of mine from Mozambique. And she's a PhD in climate change, and she found out about this plant in Mozambique that is more durable than plastic, and that used to be used in the past for basket weaving and many different things. But the seed was very difficult to find. So she and her friends literally went out into rural areas looking for the plants and asking farmers if they know about the plant, and they started to collect in different areas these plants, and now she has some hectares of these plants, and they are involving the rural community to start to going back to the traditions and also coming new and creative ways to use this plant. So I don't know the name, unfortunately, of the plant, and it's like it's growing, and the way that she's working with it just really reminds me of you did it without you picturing on the afterwards. So very inspiring.
You should little trouble if you like to.
So I'm continuing with Tunisia also. So it's not related to seed, but thank you for having us, and especially the SWANA. This is the first time that I hear that, so thank you for that. So I work on collecting and structuring and making public traditional knowledge and ancestral practice. So we started with water management technique that we use in Jerba, so Mesh and Fisqia, and we did a video about it. We also make a scratch about this technique. It's a sitar, in fact, and it's also available in Morocco and Iran. And my question here, traditional knowledge, ancestral knowledge is very low, context-related element, etc. So when you read literature review and when you read the research, the scalability, is not possible. So how we could kind of map and make this kind of ancestral practice to be accessible for innovator and change maker to use it differently, because valuing this practice should be also not just related to heritage and culture, but also to the use of a daily life. So I think this is our challenge. That's why we are here to talk about that and to figure it out, how we can connect this roots that we came from within our ancestral practice, but also the layer that we need to put to the top of innovation and of reusing it in daily life. Just what we want to do with the measurement, the Fisqia, this water management resilience technique. We will be doing a lab experimentation with young architects to try to use a plan in a modern building, how to have Fisqia and Fisqia and measure within a public institution, within a school, etc. Even it exists, but it's not structured on shared. My last observation, that if you have idea how to answer it, is about IP, intellectual property. So it's something that it's really, I'm curious about that. I tried to find answers, because this kind of knowledge is owned by indigenous knowledge or our ancestors. If we will be structuring that and make it accessible to create value from it.
How?
And it's owned by you. Are we talking in open source and common creative, and it should be somewhere like a community back for them, because they in Palestine, in Jordan, in Tunisia, or in Indonesia, in Philippines, give us this too. In Mozambique, the plants, for example. So this is also something that concerns me a lot when I am working with my community and indigenous community. Sorry.
I know the blog blocks that anything, I mean, the welcome to that practices that there comes some limits to it, or when religions will NGOs. So we continue from that. Like talking about what you say, I think we can grow from here, from now. After that, there's about implementation like this. You can raise for it, you can start working like anyone here would like to engage this. We can start working on it. What do you think? Anyone would like to be involved in this? Like thinking on the resources and the mapping on different knowledge. Because as I was kind of saying, it's really hard to collect this knowledge. It's really hard to the properties or the right, like who own the knowledge or who owns the information. So we need to rely on youth, we need to rely on also technology. Because it's so much like crucial nowadays to use technology on that, and it will be like more accessible and more easier for us to use technology for this transfer in this. So from here, I think we could go to like a collective actions. We could be brainstorming. We can start working on it. Reach out to our friends. Reach out to like someone from technology, someone from some like that know how the indigenous community work in indigenous knowledge before it comes like the indigenous communities and emotion. Because nowadays we still have indigenous women, for example, in anyone here from Morocco or I think Tunisia, you have the Amadou, right? Even in like Tunisia and Morocco, they still have the Amadou, these Amadou practices, or this Amadou knowledge. This is still now present. So I think we can start working from that, reaching out to these people, reaching out to the Amadou or to the indigenous people knowledge. So I don't know if you know some Amadou practices that you could share with us, or like how women, the Amadou women used to work, or what she used to work on. Do you have not any insights about this you would like to share?
Thank you. So I'm originally Amazigh, so that's why I'm here. So and my son is called Agaru, which is Ocean Amazigh language. So basically we relate a lot to Amazigh practices, and one of the things that we do, like the weaving, for example, where we used to weave the stories of their prominent subjects and challenges, but also poem through weaving the carpets and weaving for their boats and different things. So you can find these weavings and corners all around the houses, especially in the south of Tunisia, like Malta, like you're familiar with, and you can find these things. And this practice is also of the using old fabrics, or even clothes, old clothes. So they somehow upcycle that waste that they have into carpets and new things while storing them. So that thing is very inspired in the Amazigh culture. And the other thing that is women in Amazigh culture is the leading parts of the community. They create art, they generate money, and they are there to protect also the community. So that's how we were raised to say, that women, we have good rights and energies that we live in how to say it, in a good productive community of women that creates art freely. So that's
easy to see, and always found it yes, I mean, art because here in Islam and we're always thinking that there's nothing about us without us. As we ever have an ideas and we want to promote for the indigenous women, literally we should take some action, and this all starts with us. Women, we are sometimes neglected, so we need to speak up. It's our rights that we are here just to promoting for the indigenous women, that there are door and there are word sectors. So yeah, speaking of making connection and collective with them. So
with the Ricky women and the stewards of the lands, because we are the stewards of the land, and our knowledge should be shared, and our voices should be amplified. And this is exactly how climate relates with women, because I think women are not fighting. It is that women are the ones who are the front line for the climate change and fighting for change, because they are the most vulnerable. They are the mostly climate really affect women. Women's body, women's even mental health. We are really it is vulnerable to climate change, and this is why it's really important to amplify women's voices and to amplify women's voices in the SWANA and to amplify also our indigenous knowledge, because in the SWANA region, women's voices are mostly neglected. Even if we have voices, we have some women that speak up for their right, but we still how women are being neglected and their rights to speak out are denied. When you saw it, that's something you could aspire. And I think it's so important from here to start to start talking about SWANA women, to start talking about our indigenous knowledge and how and start thinking about what our friends said. But really, we need to start mapping. We need to start like searching how we can make this, like I need to say, nowhere that has like this indigenous knowledge and allowed everyone to see and to learn. We should learn from the indigenous practices that was like from our ancestors and from our the women before now. And it's really important to start from here taking this action and talking about women in the SWANA region, because our region it's the most affected and impacted by climate change, even though it's like the least contributing to the climate in the form of like emissions. Our region is the least contributing, but it's the most affected by the climate change. So it's really important to have, like in the climate side, we have this concept about decolonization of climate change, because we think that everything around us, every solution starts with a colonial approach. We're having our own lands, we're having our own practices, our own knowledge, our reliance on our resources, and this is why like we have this decolonial approach. Okay, so we have a question here, and I would like to have to ask people about how humanities reflects, and or anyone would like to add anything, because on the that I have 5 minutes because the auditor response to her and serve everyone.
Let's also if you get
Indigenous women and the land. As for the Indigenous women, it's not just a phase for us, like it's on this place, it's alive. It's a memory, it's part of our community. And to see that like they being the protectors, that they are the donor to the earth, and they being protecting the earth, like it's our like the baby, and it's as Anthony member. So like they be teaching us like to be kind to the earth, be kind to us as well. So yeah, it's always trying to love about the earth, the rejection in air.
Yes. Anyone has covered that energy? No way. Question like introduction, counting, insights.
Go for it. Yeah, stuff, yeah. Same committee.
Yes, if you would like, anyone would like to have this action come now, to conduct that, I would like to conduct your information if anyone would like to contribute to what our friends say, start like the mapping, we've got the mapping open here on it. And we as concepts are in fact, whether anyone would be like, someone else would like to be part of the coalition, be part of our, and I can like share our social media with you when like voting with them.
that fish tank, Shane, in the rabbit.
No, I'm not sure anything. Please scroll here, our session.
On to the next question.